3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Welcome to 321 Liftoff. My name is Wayne Belden, and I'm the president of Belden Communications, publisher of the Space Coast Fun Guide and SpaceCoastFunGuide.com. And we'll be bringing you 321 Liftoff every week, talking about tourism in Florida's fabulous Space Coast. With me are your hosts, Pete Lynch, known as Promo Pete, the Director of Business Development for the Space Coast Fun Guide and SpaceCoastFunGuide.com, and Bonnie King, former Deputy Director of the Space Coast Office of Tourism, as well as past President of the Florida Film Commission. Pete, Bonnie, we are thrilled to have you both as co-hosts of 321 Liftoff.
All right.
Hey,
Okay, all right. We are here, finally live.
Woo,
Happy Friday
We are
to
here
you.
live.
What's up, everybody? So we are here at Fishlips Waterfront Bar and Grill, and this is one of my favorite places in the port. We're sitting here staring at the water. The SpaceX rocket, booster was just here the other day. This is where you see the cruise ships come in and out. If you are coming to the Space Coast, you got to come up here and have a meal at Fishlips.
Absolutely.
The view
it's great to be here.
It's incredible.
All right, Bonnie, I'd like to introduce my co-host here, Bonnie King. How you doing today?
Good, and I'm happy to be here, and we're going to have two special guests with us today. We're going to have Mike Schwarz, with Fishlips, one of the owners of Fishlips, and Rich Hensel. Rich is apparently getting an award right now, so he's going to be joining us shortly. But in the meantime, we do have Mike, and we'll be talking with him. And also with us is John Belden, Vice President of our Belden Communications.
How are we doing, everybody? This is how I like to spend my day.
Good.
Doing fantastic.
We are doing
How
good.
can you not be fantastic?
I
You're
know.
sitting up here on the top deck here at Fishlips Waterfront Bar and Grill. You got a beautiful view. The food smells incredible, and there's a bar right behind us. So I'm happy to be here. Along with us as the president of Belden Communications, my father, Wayne Belden. How you doing there, Pops?
I am so excited about being here. This has always been, for the 20 years that I've been in the Space Coast, this has always been one of my favorite places to come. The view is fantastic. The food is fantastic. The entertainment's fantastic. Everything is fantastic about this place.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, you know what else
Look
is
at this.
fantastic, by the way? Did you just see what just got brought to our
holiday
table?
Oh,
martini.
Bonnie
Oh, my
started
goodness.
right.
Wow. This is like,
Wow.
Now you stay calm over there, Bonnie.
Yeah, if Bonnie starts slurring her words, you'll know why.
Hopefully the questions will be a little bit softer now.
That's right. It's a little
it'll
soft
be a lot
pitches.
easier. And with us is Mike Schwarz, one of the owners here at Fishlips.
The man, the legend.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on board.
The guy who makes it all happen, not only here, but also in the whole Cove area with special events, which we're going to get to talk about, today. So we're so happy that you allowed us to come here and share this wonderful experience and to be part of our day today.
Well, we appreciate being a part of your broadcast today. And, of course, I've known every one of you guys for a decade or more.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm just meeting you for the first time. So the conversations we're going to have, we've had 100 times, and we'll continue to have, because the Space Coast is special. What brought me here was my Florida lifestyle. Been born and raised in South Florida. Finally got the chance to move up this way.
You're a
and,
natural
it's beautiful.
Floridian?
Yes, sir.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
How about
can't-
that?
Back with horses and carts. Yeah.
I have never seen this man in shorts, and you ask if he's a natural Floridian.
Right.
It could be 40 below, and he's in shorts.
Well, that's how we do it down here. So let's tell us a little bit about Fishlips now. You guys have been here for quite a while now.
Well, we're going on our 15th year.
Okay.
Wow.
We opened in. We were supposed to open in September of 2004, and Hurricane Francis did us a favor of burning us to the ground, and we had to start all over. So of course we rebuilt, opened in February of 2005, and been here ever since. Great success, a lot of growth because of us. A lot of other businesses have come to the port. We've helped build this area called the Cove, from literally 2 bars and a restaurant to now it's 6 restaurant bars. There's 2 fantastic fisheries here, Wild Ocean and Seafood Atlantic. And the teamwork and the bondship that we have, us and Rusty's and Grills, pretty much what Bonnie said earlier about the events is that we do them as a team. There's very few individual events. It's usually a team effort through the Cove Merchants Association, and it's been great. We've loved being here for 15 years.
With your help, you guys have made this the attraction to see. It really is. It's an attraction.
Well, it's a destination location, and Rhett said it best on the news the other day, is that, the cruise business not being here right now hurts, but it hurts more of the people who come to watch the cruise ships.
Right.
In other words, the attraction of the cruise ships brings us more business than the cruise ship clientele itself, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah,
of course.
I mean, look at this. I mean, just look how close we are.
I know.
So
yeah.
that if the cruise ship
When-
was to
when-
go
just-
by,
when we got
When
here,
these ships pull out, how close are they to
They're,
this?
I
to
mean,
where we
they're
are?
100 yards away. I mean, literally,
Wow.
they got to go down the middle of the channel because of the depth of the channel. And between that and, of course, the police escort, the Coast Guard escort, and stuff like that, it is an awesome sight. And with the newer ones, the 5,000 and 6,000 passengers, the bigger
Right.
ones, I mean, you can't even see the top of it as it's going by.
Wow.
It's
That's
like you got to stick your head out the window and say, "Oh God, they're way up there."
That's intimidating.
And,
Yeah.
and outside of the cruise ships, I mean, when we were setting up, we just saw the dolphins all swimming around. I mean, if you are from the area, that's still really cool. But if you're not from here, I mean, I could have stared at those things for a while. It was really awesome sights you see here.
The nature of this area from the seagulls and the pesky seagulls and the pelicans, it's kind of fun to just watch the wildlife, the manatees, the dolphins. Sometimes you'll see sea rays, turtles. I mean, it's just the tide comes and goes and brings them with it, and it just adds to the allure of the whole experience for our guests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
beautiful.
And recently you've had a new addition to the port, which is great for sightseeing when you come up here. The SpaceX rocket booster is located basically right across the water.
right across
I mean,
the water.
How cool is that to see that all the time?
I'll be honest with you, it is the coolest thing ever. And I just remember the first night launch and landing.
Right.
You could hear a pin drop
Yeah.
when that thing landed, and the hairs on your arms
Oh,
standing
it
up,
is
and just
right now
the
even thinking about
feel of the emotions of the space program coming back to life.
Man.
Without bringing up the negative, I mean, back when the shuttle program went down, it was some misery.
Sure.
There were some sad faces. It was very brutal on the space industry and all their staffs that have now re-gotten jobs with SpaceX and Blue Origin and all the guys that have come along, and it's the shot in the arm. It's kind of fun here being at Fishlips because the bar will have guys from all three, and they're arguing.
Yeah.
Oh, Unity launch is better than SpaceX.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
SpaceX is better than Blue Origin. I mean, it's kind of fun to watch. And again, when you go down the steps, you see all the legacies they've left for us and bumper stickers
That's so
and
cool.
patches, and it's all space on our wall above the staircase as you're leaving. And they brought that. You know what I mean? We just came in one day and there was a sticker. Like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Week later, there's 8 stickers. Like,
Well,
okay.
it's growing.
They got
And it just kept growing and growing, and then of course radio stations there, so we take that back down. But it's been organic the way it's grown with us.
Mm-hmm.
And again, when you go to leave, we got a couple of our T-shirts that were in space on the shuttle program,
Really?
signed by the astronauts.
Wow.
That we have on display on the lobby downstairs. That used to be our entrance. That's now our exit.
Yes, I see this.
I want to know how you get that, because isn't it really difficult to get something
Well-
of yours up there?
Mike had the party, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
at SpaceX
Oh, that's
that night.
right.
So he
That's
knows
right.
this is the spot. So the celebrities, I think, come to you when you have this kind of location.
Yeah.
Well, we hosted
that's-
many of
yeah, you
astronaut
did.
parties after the shuttles,
Right.
and it was just them. It wasn't the SpaceX where 600 people show up. It was just literally they'd get off the shuttle, they'd go do their thing, and then they would all come here and sit in the corner and get
How
a bite
cool
to
is
eat,
that?
just to decompress.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good word for that
Yeah.
situation.
It is.
right?
It was. Great word.
You're such
Good
a smart-
job, Mike.
That's awesome.
Gee, are you guys going to get a holiday martini?
I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
staring at it
think-
over there.
I think so.
Either that or I'm going to bum some of yours because that looks delicious.
Well, you're not driving home, then I am.
I'd love you to try.
Well, that's
it.
part of my
It's really
plan.
good.
It
We'll get
looks
some more.
great. But yeah, so the last time I was here, we actually saw the vessel, I guess is what you call it, right?
You're
guess-
talking about
The
where-
booster rocket.
Yeah,
Of
the
course-
booster rocket, the vessel
the-
that come in, it was leaving
Right.
the other
and,
day
and
when we
the
were
vessel
here.
that it's on is the Of Course I Still Love You.
Yeah.
Which is, I love that name. I like to say that name.
I just imagine like being out there on the ocean and you seeing this thing fall from the sky,
you
and it just
imagine?
lands perfectly right
Perfectly.
on your
All that
on your
equipment
boat.
in there, it's unbelievable. It's way above my pay grade. I don't know how they do it, but it is amazing. And when it comes in here and everybody's watching it come in, how cool is that?
And how many different ways we've seen it come in. In other words,
Yeah.
one time we saw it come in, it was like leaning, almost about ready to fall off the barge. Another time they're towing it behind a tugboat. It's laying in the water. It's landed very differently almost every time. But
You feel it.
They're definitely got it. I want to say there were 75-80% of landings being good versus
Yeah.
bad. But
Sure.
it's funny when you see a tugboat dragging it through the water with the barge following it because it missed.
Yeah. Oops.
Really. So tell us about when here at Fishlips, I know that you have entertainment. Is that a nightly thing? Is that a weekend? How do you because I've been here when they've been playing.
Well, we do entertainment primarily on the weekends. Just during the week, the volume isn't dictating us to have the expense and, to get our entertainers back. And we used to do that all the time. I mean, we didn't.
Right.
I don't think we've ever had music on Monday, Tuesday. We do our trivia on Wednesday, which is usually a huge success with the locals, especially when the snowbirds come to town this time of year. Then on the weekend, we just have live entertainers, local guys. Local acts, and on the weekends we do reggae all day. From
Awesome, man.
11 o'clock, we open for brunch at 10, and from 11 to about 6, we just have different reggae guys come in throughout, just keep a nice mellow blend and vibe out there for the for the people. And then of course with no cruise ships coming and going, it takes a little bit of the bump away, but when you got the cruise ships coming in and out, usually Sunday there's 4 if not 5 of them in the port.
Yeah, that's a cool
And
sight too.
Yeah, that's quite the exercise watching them go out one at a time.
Let's paint that picture right now, because when you're sitting in Minnesota listening to the show right now, and it's snowing today.
That's exactly
Yes.
what I was going to do.
Yeah.
Right now we have the windows open. It's absolutely
We're on the
beautiful.
second deck, right above the water.
Looking out
it's-
on the water.
You
And,
can't beat this.
Yeah, sitting here listening to some reggae music and feeling good. And of
Hey,
course,
look who just walked in.
oh, look at that.
Hey, it's
Rich.
Rich.
There's the-
and he's got his award with him.
How about
Sit
that?
right there and
Rich
put on
comes
your
strolling
headset.
in, man of the hour. Yeah, so this definitely, though, when you come here, once you get settled in, honestly, if it wasn't for having a job to do, I could sit here all day and night. Because the music, as you say, the reggae, the food, the vibe, I think you said earlier, Mike, the vibe is just, when you're
a
sitting
great
up and
vibe.
it's snow up north, get down here. Because trust me, you'll become a resident quick.
Hey, let's say hello to
Yes.
Rich. Rich
Hey,
just
Rich,
sat down.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
So we heard you won an
Yeah, you
award
won an
today.
award.
Let's hear a little
What'd you
about
get?
that.
What'd
You
you
know,
get?
it's so pretty.
It's always giving back to the community with the Chamber, Cocoa Beach Regional Chamber. So spent my last 10 years, past chairman. So
Yeah.
very excited. So we just had a little thing for the holidays.
Very
Congratulations.
nice.
Well deserved.
We haven't gotten too much into that. We just started the show, and thank you for joining us here. But we talked about the restaurant and how good the food is, but how great of community partners you guys have been.
Oh, man.
I mean, I've known Rich a long time when I first moved to this area in the '90s. So we've gone back a way. But the way that you guys do things for the community absolutely is awesome. So
You
thank
can't do it yourself. I mean, it's easy to say that Fish is successful because of Mike and Rich. It's not. It's because of the hundreds of employees we've supported and had work for us over the decade, and then the communication with the community. You can't do it without the guests.
Right.
And then once you get involved with your neighbors, and then you can do stuff together. We've done some fishing tournaments. We've done seafood festivals. We've done boat races. I mean, all the different things
Right.
we've
Oh,
done,
yeah.
we've done together. And that's just what makes it that much better. Whether it's a financial burden or whatnot, it's always good to know at the end that the feeling you have when you're sitting with your 3 neighbors, 2 entrepreneurs from Cocoa Beach. They're sitting at a table wrapping up an event going, wow, that was awesome. 200,000 people on the beach for a boat race. I mean,
And the fact is, too, a lot of these events, they raise a lot of money for really, really good causes. You've been heading up one for years, and collectively with the Cove,
Yep.
we've raised money for a little boy that very much in need. So yes, you do great events, but you give back to the community on such a huge level, and that's, I think, is why the community rallies around you as much as they do as well.
and I won't lie to you, right now, if it weren't for the local clientele and the people that live here, we'd be struggling more than we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Because right now, everybody you see in this place, I don't think there's a tourist in the room. You know what I mean? Because they're not existing right now. They all work, live, and are enjoying the area, and that's what's been keeping us going. And the weekends, we get everybody from Orlando,
Right.
which just extremely helps out.
Yep.
But if that's not a testament to the quality of your restaurant, that this place is packed right now with locals. So guys, if you're out of area and you're coming here, if the locals want to come to a place, you want to come to
Right.
it. It's normally like you ask, hey, where do the locals go? So
Right,
if you
they'll
can find
say
out
they
where the
come
local
here.
people go, you want to come.
That's true.
Absolutely. My comment on that with Mike is, it's building the brand. And we've been building the brand for years and decades, but we will always continue building the brand. So if you're not giving back, if you're not involved, you're not building your brand anymore. So
Well-
we're growing, and we're growing as a community.
You took that to a whole new level, though, because you talk about getting involved. I think you're involved in every board I've ever seen. You've chaired every
That's
event.
true.
I mean, I don't know how you sleep anymore. So, yeah, you believe
Just
in that
trying to
statement.
follow in your footsteps.
Well, where do you think I learned it from there, big guy? So, it's great.
It's all good.
Really
It's
is
all
great.
good. But I do love the Sunday. I just want to mention that I know you mentioned the Sunday brunch, but I come here a lot for the Sunday brunch, and they offer the free mimosas with your
Complimentary.
Yes, complimentary. Complimentary with your meal.
You
It's very
partake in a
nice.
mimosa when you
I
come
do.
here?
It's so nice.
And
but you know what? It's the atmosphere, and it's the weather, and it's being outside, and
tell us again what time the brunch starts Sunday.
We do brunch 10 to 12:30 on every Sunday morning. We start right at 10 o'clock, and we've got a plated brunch. It's not a buffet. We got Benedict's, omelets, waffles, chicken and waffles, and
Chicken
different
and
things.
waffles.
And with your brunch, you get a couple complimentary champagnes or mimosas. We do limit it as long as you can stand.
There you go.
yeah.
As long as you can stay. That's pretty.
I'd come here around in the afternoon for lunchtime, and the beer is so cold. And I'm not just saying that. It really is. It's so cold. And then you get some of those jalapeno poppers, which are just, oh my gosh. Like, this is my pit stop. I know I shouldn't say that with Boss sitting over there.
Jalapeno
but
mozzarella
man,
sticks.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
So that's it. You know, Mike's always worried about our kitchen, but he's my partner, and he's the one that has a little thermometer. He puts his beer in it. Every time he sits down, he puts. I'm just checking. I just make sure we have the coldest beer.
34 degrees probably. Yeah, not that cold anywhere else.
That's the way to drink beer.
We might have to prove that a little bit later. But let's go back to the history of Fishlips. So how did you guys actually meet, and how did you come together? There's got to be a story there.
Oh, there's so many stories.
In the beginning.
So, I'm a retired Coast Guard chief from this area. So I've been in
Thank you for
in
that.
this
Yes,
port
thank you.
area since the 90s, and enjoyed and watched it grow through its conception of just a few cruise ships all the way back to the Dolphin 4 and Premier, which was, in the start of all the cruise ship industry. And Mike Schwarz is not only a good friend of mine, became my business partner, and he was running all the TGI Fridays in Orlando, and he was amazing GM/DO out there as far as all the TGI Fridays, and I would not be able to have this project and open Fishlips without him, without his expertise.
Yeah.
I'm just an entrepreneur, so we just had the perfect relationship, and we grew. And then, the fun part of naming a restaurant in Brevard County, all this stuff. So I will say Fishlips was, I think, maybe not our top 5, but it was one of those you could not get it out of your mind.
Well, I mean, it's still to this day.
Every time we said it, we'd go down the list, and every time we said Fishlips, we'd all laugh. Like, that's ridiculous. And then we'd keep it. And then and finally we just got to the end and go, that's it. Because we laughed every time we said it.
That sticks in your mind. That's brilliant marketing.
There's quite a few cocktails involved, but yes, that did stick into your mind. And, ever since, I mean, I talk about building a brand in the community and all that. I mean, we've done so much in this building, and we keep reinventing ourselves here, not just our menu, but the look and feel of this building, the upgrades, and of course, we're doing everything right as a business, and we're right here in the port. I mean, you could throw a rock and hit a boat out here, but this salt atmosphere.
Don't actually do that though when you come.
You can.
I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah.
Well, it's not like we have any going back and forth through the port right now.
That's right.
So we'll make do.
Yeah.
But we were talking about the animals and stuff that you see earlier, and before you got here, there were a bunch of dolphins swimming around right there. So there's all kinds of things to see, and
Absolutely.
plus just sitting out here on the water, just sitting here.
It's
You don't
hard to
even
get.
have to do anything.
It's not hard to get mesmerized. We'll be having a managers meeting downstairs, and I'll be always have my back to the wall, looking out, and all of a sudden it'll be quiet. And I go, oh, okay. So we get back to the managers meeting because it's so easy to lose what you just sit and relax. And that's what it's all about. I mean, one thing that, when you talk about restaurants, you talk about sports, it's to get away from your normal day-to-day routine in life, and you want to make sure that you're not interjecting opinion or attitude on that when they're here. I mean, that's why you'll come in, you won't see a sign out front that says support so-and-so for mayor or any of that stuff, because we think it's better that the guests come here, they're here to get away.
Unwind
and to be chill. And even our TVs right now, if you go to the bar, we got 32 plus TVs, and maybe 2 of them are on sports.
Wow.
Most of them are on DIY TV, MAV truck TV, world's dumbest videos, because you'd be shocked at how people, I'll have HGTV, and I'm watching 4 guys from a construction crew going,
oh, yeah. Well, that's cool.
staring at it. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's wild.
My kids will watch those dumbest videos, and then we end up staying because they want to continue and watch to the end, which means we have to have another dessert or another drink or something like that.
But on the same token, NFL Sunday, this is a great place to be.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh, we do the sports for the time and place. We do NFL football. We did. We had the NBA on when they were playing. We had the MLB on when they were playing. And at the end of the day, it's what the guests want. And if the guests didn't want football, it probably wouldn't be on TV. But, when the bar's full and everybody wants their team, they want their team.
Yeah. Whatever better place to do it.
Yep.
I mean, coldest beer in town, best scenery. Come on. Let's go.
We didn't even talk about the food yet.
Oh, man. Yeah,
No, but I could smell
I
it.
think they get the hint.
All right. So do you
Especially
guys
since
have
it's
a dish here that's like the most popular that I feel like every time I come I end up getting something different, but there has to be, is there one thing here that stands out that people order more than another?
What stands out best is the variety of what we have.
For sure.
Of course, being on the water, seafood is where we're at.
Yeah.
Tuna, we do 6 or 7 different ways. And so if you talk about a product, but our blackened mahi sandwich is probably one of our best-selling items, just that blackened mahi.
Yeah.
It is, hands up, our biggest moving product. But at the end of the day, the seafood, the steaks, the sandwiches, the salads, I mean, the variety is what really keep people going.
I hate to interrupt you, but you may be hearing some excitement going on behind us.
What's
and
happening?
There must be a bunch of dolphins. What's
There's
over
a
there?
school of dolphin out there just playing around.
Okay.
And some
All right.
manatees.
Manatees right below
Just
us.
another element you get to see when you
Manatees,
come
for
here.
those of you that are up north, we also refer to them as sea cows. They're great big animals, very peaceful, very interesting to look at.
Do you think they take offense to that, being called a sea cow? Like, are they, no?
I'm sure they'll have some organization will call you later. So
We'll do next week's podcast down there, and you can talk to them.
I love it. I love it. So I'll tell you, one of my favorite items on the menu that sometimes, I guess it's seasonal, I don't know, it comes and goes, but my favorite, the prime rib sandwich. My whole family, we come for that sucker, and it is good. It is real good. So I don't. Is it on the menu right now?
It's still on the menu. With the COVID, getting product, you wouldn't believe some of the battles we've had.
I understand.
And we've had to trim down the menu. We stopped making a few things. We brought stuff back. We had to take it back off. When we think about our lives and the way we're being impacted in our communities, you got to think about the world shut down for 2 months. And there are other industries out there, and I'm going to use the hog industry. The people that process, hog meat, ribs and pork, all that stuff. All of a sudden, stopped moving product for 60 days.
Yeah.
And they were just taking them to the dump. I mean, it just the amount of stuff that went to waste, and then they couldn't even process it anymore because then their people got ill.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? So the wave and the everything going along, why we've been working through this, has been quite amazing and quite the knowledge journey. I mean, I think it was a pallet of Patron got stolen out of Miami, and the whole state of Florida was out of Patron for what, 2 months?
It was actually a semi. It was not a pallet, but yes. And
Somebody
Mike
had an awesome party down.
I'm sure they did. At John's house.
Yeah.
No, but I will say, Mike makes a good point. Everything, the supply and demand, and it's, right now it's not just, hospitality, restaurant industry, it's everywhere, and we're seeing it. Everyone's feeling it. So, Mike, good point on that. But you know what? Being in this industry, you just have to adapt.
You guys did a hell of a job adapting.
Well, that's it. You got to throw some specials out there. You put more seafood out there. We pride ourselves on having something for everyone out here. It doesn't matter if you're from up north and you're just craving that seafood. Steaks, salads,
burgers.
The burgers alone, but even the gluten-free. We've got a lot of on our menu that we can tailor to your needs. We got a great staff back there. We do our best, and I think our clientele and our guests, they tell us, and that's great. You mentioned our favorite dishes and what sells out there. We still have a lot of shareable dishes. Our appetizers and stuff like that, and we've tailored them down a little bit so they're not so much shareable per se. However, anybody can just 1 or 2 get an appetizer and feed you and everything like that. But there's so much opportunity out here to come see, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy whether you're upstairs or downstairs, which is a little bit quieter and right on the water. Can't find a better location.
And there's a cool gift shop downstairs too. So you can
definitely.
bring some memorabilia.
We got the T-shirts, the hats, but again, there's 2 items on our menu that are just unique to Fishlips. In other words, you can't get it anywhere else. Other people have tried, but failed. One is our hog wings.
Yes.
Baby pork shanks that we literally, we roast them. They're baked till they're tender. Then we just flash fry them, throw them in a barbecue or jalapeno barbecue sauce, and they're just amazing, absolutely amazing.
Sounds good.
And it's one of our, it's not one of our number 1 selling items, but it was one of our number 1 unique items that just you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah,
the other is our
great.
nachos. We started out when we opened with a chicken nacho that is fried wonton chips, marinated mesquite grilled chicken with mozzarella cheese, and we got pico, and we got olives, and we got cilantro. We got the little fry spice, and then the sour cream that are amazing. And they sold so well, we added 2 more. We got a spicy beef Korean, and we also have a blackened shrimp nacho that they all 3 sell equally amount. But it's so unique that other people have done the wontons, but just not to the same success.
Well, that's the one that I saw, the spicy Korean when I came in. And
that was the Korean beef nachos.
Because I came in and saw this beautiful dish, and I went, what in the world is that? Because I hadn't noticed it before, and Mike mentioned what it was. I'm going to have to try that.
A couple
that
years ago
really
at the Chowder Festival, or the Space Coast Food Festival, they entered those Korean barbecue nachos, and that was the first time I had ever had it, and we came here. I don't know how many times.
Well, but speaking of that as well, though, you guys entered the Chowder Cook-Off when we had it with the chamber.
We actually have a nice Fishlips statue down there, and we have a lot of awards and food awards we've won over the years, and we've probably got over several, if not more, from the Chowder Cook-Off, whether it be Judge's Choice or People's Choice. Once again, it's another great event that Chamber has in for the community.
So do you guys? I'm just curious. Do you guys? Because you speak the language so well and talk about how it's made and prepared. Are you guys involved in that with the chef when they're creating this?
To a degree, because it's not that we create it. It's just when they start to create it, then we start to eat it. And the same thing with these fancy drinks.
What a great job.
When the chef goes, what do you think of this? We all try it. We all give our feedback. Yeah. Chef says, okay, whatever. They go do what they want. Yeah. No, but literally, it's a process. It's not just like, here, what do you think? Boom, it's on the menu. It takes time. Takes flavoring,
crafted,
and doing different things, and then there's also the volume. Once you get these things cranking, you got to be able to get them out of the kitchen.
That's true.
So we've had items we've taken off the menu because we just couldn't get them out, execute them at a proper time because of how long it took to cook, how much you needed to bake, stuff like that. And as an operation, you have to look at that when you're trying to feed 325 people every hour.
Wow.
I think Rich hit the nail on the head a minute ago when he talked about the menu and that there was something for everyone. Because I have 2 kids, a 14 and an 11-year-old, and it's hard for us to go somewhere where my wife and I can enjoy the food, but the kids will also be happy. And you guys do have enough here that, everybody, no matter what your food,
absolutely. And if you have your dietary needs, just talk to your server, and our chef or our manager will come right out to your table. We'll do a table visit and see how we can, make it more enjoyable.
Keto, like a keto thing.
Who?
Keto.
You hear that silence on the radio all of a sudden?
Keto.
That was
diet.
Wasn't that the guy on Green Hornet? That was his buddy.
It's a thing these days. So no, you guys do. You customize everything. I love that. That's great. So you can come in
what
here.
What are you talking about?
It's a diet.
I know. I get it now. But when you said it, I was thinking, is it?
I know it's not the popular thing. Forgive me. But
I just didn't know. But listen. But while we're talking, you mentioned the COVID. I see that, let's talk about the sanitation and what you've had to go through for safety precautions, because I do notice that all of your people are wearing masks. And, of course, when we're eating, we can't have a mask on, so we get that. But your servers are, and he's cleaning the table. These people just left. He's cleaning the table. So that's a whole new thing.
Well, to a degree, the levels we've taken, of course, are 100% CDC regulated. We've taken what they did, and then we actually take it to the next level. And at the end of the day, you can read it, and everybody should be doing it. We just opted to keep doing it and keep pursuing it. Phase 3, we're allowed to go to 100% occupancy. We didn't. Yep. We stayed at the social distancing. We stayed with the tables 6 feet apart. We let a few more bar stools in. The areas where you got the people don't necessarily would care that much, but at the tables we're still at that gap, and until I'm full and I line out the door, I'm not worried about bringing them back in right now.
Right.
So when it comes to the COVID, the social distancing, all the regulations, is that we will continue to do it till we feel we don't need to do it anymore.
Right.
I don't care what anybody else says.
And I respect that.
And you go to some of these other bar restaurants, and they're like, oh, you can't come in with a mask. There's people out there doing that.
I know.
And it's crazy.
It is.
So and we cater to our guests. So if someone is actually that concerned, absolutely, we'll sit them, and we won't sit a table next to them, or we'll move them downstairs, or make sure they're outside. So we cater to what the value of our guests, and we'll respect their wishes. Mike did touch about that too. Not only do we sanitize it, we fog disinfect our building once a day. We make sure we do proper training. We actually had our ServPro come in here, and we had CDC guidelines, and we had it all hands with our staff, and we properly taught them and trained them, and we do everything right. And that's what all businesses in the area need to do, and keep an eye on, because hopefully this goes away soon, but unfortunately I don't see it going away as fast as we all want it to.
Nope.
Not at all.
On a bright side, you just talked about your staff. You have so many staff members that have been with you guys for so
long time.
That's
and I really think that that's a huge sign of a quality management team, obviously, but also a quality of the environment and everything.
You know what? We just don't let them leave. No.
It's a fun place to be.
Working.
No, absolutely. I would say probably 70% of our staff has been here for years and years, and we pride ourselves. We have a great management staff, and that keeps them here. Everyone has an opportunity. They get the schedule they need. They work for it. They're actually part of the brand, and we actually celebrate that with them. If they do good, we encourage them, and we work with their schedules, and they're part of their family, and that's what it's all about.
At the end of the day, we talk about the chef, and when we do stuff, we do a chili cook-off every year for the employees. The cooks and servers get to bring us a chili that if they win, then they go on our football menu for the season.
Neat.
Oh wow!
I would do that.
We do a pumpkin carving contest every year for anybody who wants to do one. Usually we have 20 or 30 pumpkins. We'll go buy them. Give them the pumpkin. They bring them back, all different carvings. We do our Martini Fest every year. If you look at our menu, our drink menu on the back page, 80% of the drinks say 2015 Martini Fest winner, 2013 Martini Fest winner.
Oh.
We just did our 2020 Martini Fest. Paul, one of our young bartenders, just made the best. It's not a martini, it's a cocktail, but our menu's been derived by all the different staff members over the years because we include them and involve them in fun and doing different things and it being part of what we deliver to the guests, not just here's what you got to do, here's how you do it. We're not a corporate chain that here's the menu, shut up, make this and move on.
This truly is a part of the local flavor.
Absolutely.
So is your holiday martini on one of those 2020 winning lists, or is this brand new?
No, we just made this. The girls made it for the holiday.
Wow.
Tell us what's in it.
I don't know.
It's good.
I can find out, but it's
good.
It's got some frangelica. I know the rim is the big part, which is pecans, sugar, and the stuff they dip it in, and then it's got frangelica. It's got a little Bailey's, got a little bit of
caramel.
It's a nice light, wintry type cocktail.
But
it's
also
not full of vodka.
presentation
It's
of
not-
it
It's
too.
just nice.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's like a dessert drink.
Oh man.
I don't normally drink the things that look beautiful, but it tastes great too.
Hey, so let's talk about some of the special events that you guys are involved in here in the port area. And I'm going to ask, I don't know, I haven't heard, but is the boat parade in Cocoa Beach still on? Are you guys still doing that?
We try to do a boat parade here in the port.
Right.
And because of the success of the Cocoa Beach Parade and the Merritt Island Parade, we couldn't get it done in the right of time.
We couldn't get a date.
Almost every time we go to do it, there's something going on at the locks being repaired or they're closed
Right.
for a month. And, I think the best one we had was about 30 boats. So the port hasn't done one in some years now. The Cove the Merchant Association ran that. The Cocoa Beach Parade and the Merritt Island Parade, from my understanding, is still on.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of those
Yeah.
are still on. One's coming up this weekend, or next weekend, actually.
Yeah, and then there was one December 19th is the Merritt Island Parade.
Correct, but
So-
our Fishlips, we've always supported them. We have a lot of
Right.
staff with boats, and then they'll decorate and stuff like that. So me and Mike have been involved with those for years. As far as you mentioned the involvements in the port and what's going on, I will safely say that Fishlips is probably involved with somewhat
I know,
of
I
every
mentioned that. I said,
event,
you
not just
are.
in the port and Cocoa Beach, but probably in the community, all the way down to Melbourne.
Yeah.
And all the way up to Titusville. We try
Yep.
to, do our best to be involved. Are we involved in absolutely everyone? No, but some of the big ones, absolutely. And whether it's monetary, whether it's being involved in the giving gift certificates, or actually putting people there to help with
food
it.
booths, serving
booths,
us, sampling
donations.
food,
Right.
donations.
Every year, because we publish the Space Coast Fun Guide, and you can go on spacecoastfunguide.com when you're sitting there in New York, Massachusetts, wherever, print out your coupons before you even get down here. Well, because of all the local businesses, when they have these silent auctions and whatnot, and they know that we work with all the businesses here within the county, they always come to us. And I there's not one time that we've ever come to Fishlips and said, listen, we, whether it be for United Way or for this or for that, and you graciously, you don't just put together a little something. You guys go above and beyond. And again, I can personally say that you guys are very involved. You give back to the community, and it's great.
Well, giving back's one thing, but being taken advantage of is the other. Our phone rings 3 to 4 times a day.
Yeah, I'm
people and groups and different things looking for stuff, and we have to filter through that.
Right,
You know,
absolutely.
at the end of the day, we don't do cash as much as we probably would like to because there's just not enough of it.
Right.
But if we can do anything with, like you said, a gift card, some app cards, a gift basket,
Yeah.
or even our presents. In other words, we've done events. I think the big one down on the beach. the wine one that would set up the tents right on the beach.
Right.
Uncorked. We do a booth down there, and I don't think we had to pay to be there, but we pretty much promo all the food. And we go through, 200, 400 portions of food, and that's our donation. Yeah. But at the end of the day, that's our support for the event, that then they can make their money for their charity as well.
Absolutely. But your baskets that we've gotten, I mean, we're talking about the T-shirts, we're talking about the hats, the glasses and such. I mean, you guys, you really do, and I believe it's your daughter that usually puts those together. She does a great job of those. So, yeah, I mean, I'm serious. And I got to tell you something, too. I know this is probably minuscule to everybody else, but when first time I came here and the server came out with the stack of those carriers, whatever you call them, I don't know, I just thought that was the coolest. I've never seen that.
Or bamboo steamers.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
And it's cool, and they stack. I mean, it's easy to bring out a whole, I mean, you can have 8, 9 of those things.
Oh, you're talking about how the food is served.
Yeah, when it comes out.
So the food is served like that because we have 2 floors. And can you imagine going up those stairs with a platter of food every day? I don't think our servers would even be with us anymore.
No.
So Mike came up with the idea, and we've been blessed with it. And basically, all the food comes up, whether it's hot or cold, has a lid on it, goes right to the table, so it's nice and secure and safe. And all the way from a 12-inch to a 10-inch, and it's been working for us for years.
I love it.
And that's unique, too, because I don't know of another place that, does anything like that. It looks great.
It looks good. But I want to go back.
No carpal tunnel syndrome for the servers having to carry trays.
I want to go back, though, to the special events, because there's 2 events that I really, really like, too. And that is when the classic cars come out here, and they're playing like 50s and 60s music, and there's bands playing, and everybody's out looking at the cars. And then it's a great opportunity because while they're looking at cars and stuff, they're going to come in and have a drink or eat or do whatever. It's a great event. And then the other one is working with the Humane Society so that you can adopt a dog. You guys are very, very friendly with the Humane Society and offering your assistance.
Well, it's called the Paws and Pins. We've done, I think it's on its 5th year.
Pints,
Of course, this year there's been no events, and there's no future of them right now based on what's going on. But I think once we see a cruise ship sailing in the port, I think then things will start looking like we can start getting a little bit more back to normal. But we filed our paperwork. In other words, we put in for the boat race. We put in for the Canaveral Mac Attack. We put in for our events. I mean, they're probably sitting on a desk somewhere that no one's not working because they're all furloughed. But, at the end of the day, we're going to keep going through our processes. And, in January, we're going to start our fundraising effort. And, we're going to push forward like it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. That if it doesn't happen. I mean, you just can't sit on your laurels and wait and wait. And then all of a sudden, you can do it. And people go, well, where's the boat race? Well, we didn't start on it fast enough. So
you got to try.
So
and it takes it. I mean, people don't realize, though, it's, 6-8 months, almost a year of planning. Was for some of these events, they just don't just happen, and of course it's the fundraising for it. It's getting all the other, the Hotels Association and everyone in the community involved in it, but it's a big undergoing, and we can't do it without our sponsors and our locals to, make sure these things happen.
Well, we think you guys do an excellent job. So let's talk about you guys when you have time off. What do you guys like to do when you're not working?
Our shows for the visitors that are coming to the area.
They want to know.
When you're not
when you're not working. What is that?
Or maybe a friend of yours. What do they do?
They're
not working.
Family member, maybe.
I mean, Mike, come on. What do we do? We don't do anything.
You know what? I mean, we are just as just like you guys. When I'm off, I don't answer my phone. You can ask Rich. When Rich is off, he doesn't answer his phone. We take time with our families. I mean, I've got a 6th grandbaby on the way.
Oh, congratulations.
2 are here, 3 are up in Ohio. Me and my wife, up until this year, I mean, it's easy to talk how life is, but it's just different this year. I mean, 3 times a year we go to Ohio, 3 times a year they come down, and we spend time, and me and my wife are avid bikers. We bike like 10 miles a day on the norm.
Nice.
Sometimes 5, sometimes 20, but at least 5-6 days a week. And then whenever we go anywhere, we like to drive, and we take the bikes with us. And we went all up and down the states, and gone on our bikes and ridden all around. Just you can't run a successful business if you're a slave to it.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've not been allowed to be slaves to our business. We'll be here 24/7 if we need to be.
Right.
But because of the staff we have, the manager we've hired, and the job we've done with these folks, we don't have to.
That's good. And you're a skier too, aren't you? Don't you like to ski in the snow? Haven't I seen that?
Dude, I'm a Florida boy.
I could have sworn
I've been skiing a couple times, so you got to mix up there.
Yeah, I snow skied once for 3 minutes, walked down the mountain, and had a Grand Marnier.
That was it.
So you know what? Back to what Mike just said. I've my family too. My wife and my kids and everything. We do venture out and we stay in the community. The Brevard County Zoo has done a great job. They're back open, and they've got so much going for themselves over there. And we're hopefully, we did, We want to talk about the port and what's coming to this area, the aquarium project. I mean, it's still on the list. We just postponed it for a year or two.
Yeah.
But we're excited. Hopefully that comes to fruition and comes to the port, and that's going to be a great opportunity.
A great addition. It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, not just to the port, but to Brevard County. And then, of course, there is a lot to do. It's not just boating. It's just not offshore fishing and everything. There's so much to do in Brevard County with all our parks and up in the Space Center. I mean, we just got to continue thriving. I mean, we have launches. I mean, I'm amazed at all the launches we have every month.
Back to back.
What a beautiful location. We just had the rocket across the street 2 days ago, and they just put it away. But, to see something like this, if you haven't had the opportunity, and we're spoiled in Brevard County because, it's just another rocket. It's just amazing, what we see out here.
And there's a really awesome beach that's actually just only right over there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's a beach right over across the way there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And, funny you say that because we have Fishlips Jetty Park right there. Jetty Park right there. So, yeah, I mean, our beaches are amazing. 9 miles, pristine beaches. And Jetty Park in the port, you have to pay to get into. It's very well kept. They got camping, but Fishlips actually has a pavilion there. We rent fishing poles. We have bait and tackle. We sell a little concession stand beer, and we have a nice little food source in there too. So
You're everywhere.
2 floors.
You're everywhere.
And for those that don't know about Jetty Park, it's a one price to pay to get your whole car in. So however many people are in the car,
yeah.
good.
Cram them in, guys. Cram them in.
It's beautiful at Jetty Park.
It's all good.
So that's only right down the road.
What do you pay if it's only half a car?
Yeah, double.
So what? Tell us the website that everybody can go to. So when they come down, they can look at your menu. They can look at all the events going on.
It is fishlipswaterfront.com.
That's easy.
Yeah. Fishlipswaterfront.com.
We like that.
And we are at the holiday season.
And we also got a very heavy presence on Facebook. I think a lot of people these days spend more time on Facebook than they do on websites.
Yep.
They'll tag that first. And, that's all we do. We do a few things. I think, again, the Fun Guide's one of the few marketing employees we've done for the whole time we've been here. I'm going to say we started it right after we opened.
Right.
And to me, the marketing is a hot burger and a cold beer.
There you go.
That's my marketing strategy. Fresh fish, fine wine. I mean, if you can't do that, why spend money on marketing?
That's it. And the social media, everybody wants to show their friends that they're here. That's why it's so popular for people to be checking in.
All the people that were just standing there looking at the manatee all had their phones out. Those pictures
Right.
are going to go somewhere.
Absolutely.
And they're going to tag that I was here at Fishlips.
So let's do this. Let's set the stage and the picture for somebody that's sitting in their house, looking out the window that's up north, and it's snowing or it's cold. We're sitting outside above the water on the second deck of Fishlips. Temperature is probably between 75, 80 degrees today. Balmy, beautiful. Okay? And if you want to be in this environment and enjoy everything that you just heard, get on their website. From their website, get on your favorite airline's website, book your trip. You can fly into Orlando, which is only about 25, 30 minutes away, or fly direct into Melbourne, okay? Then get your hotel set up, okay? And then get here the very first night, and you're set.
And let's talk about, can we talk about our sponsor?
Yes.
The hotel that we have at the
Beachside Hotel and Suites.
You just mentioned to book your hotel
That's
when
right.
you come down. Let's talk about Michelle Martindale, sales director over there at the Beachside Hotel. Big renovation, $6 million, and it's a great
it's beautiful.
property.
They have the whole retro vibe there. They made it feel like you walked into Cocoa Beach in the 60s. Again, when you check in there, if you want to go to the beach, they'll give you the surfboards, they'll give you the boogie boards, they'll give you a cart, chairs, umbrellas, all that good stuff. So they've been a great partner, and they have an amazing lazy river there too.
Yes, that's where I like to just hang out because I can float. I don't get to float much these days, so I could float.
I heard that you spent a weekend doing that with your kids.
It was a blast,
I'll
absolute
bet it
blast.
was.
Stayed there. They provided all the stuff for the beach, which was fun, and got to float around, watch TV, and they do a dive-in movie over there at Duck Dive Bar. So, yes, it's a real fun time. And again, as Michelle likes to say, it's amazing what $6 million can get you.
Yeah, exactly. It's a beautiful property,
So
they've done a great job.
These beautiful speaking of
beautiful, look what's in front
These
of
two
us.
beautiful places.
I don't know if you can zoom in on, but these are our Korean beef
my gosh.
nachos, which I had made up for you guys to check out.
Ooh, I'm
these are
excited.
supposed to be hog wings, but it looks like our chicken wings.
I love them either
But,
way. They smell.
What exactly? Is this bamboo?
Fabulous.
Okay, so the bamboo steamers are just that. It's actually an Oriental cooking device. In other words, when we buy these, there's 2 steamers and a lid. That's how they come. And then over in the Orient, they'll put rice paper in and put their meat.
Right.
put in another steamer, rice paper in their rice, and then 2 to 3 more if they want their veggies or whatever. Then they put the lid on it, put it on a pot of boiling water, and it just lets it cook.
When I was in Vietnam, I saw that
Yep.
a lot.
And I was actually at one of the hotels in downtown Orlando. I was with some buddies down by the pool bar, which was like literally you couldn't even see the building. That's how far away the pool bar was and the pool. So we ordered a hot dog, and they served it in one of these.
Really?
And this is literally a month before we're opening, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out how are we going to do this? How are we going to get all this food upstairs? You know, you go down to some of our neighbors, they got the basket with the paper in it and the food in it on a tray this big. And I'm going, that's just, we're not going to be able to pull that off. And then I saw these, I like, go, done.
There you go.
Done.
There you go.
Good idea.
Well, I did want to mention it's the holiday season too, and you guys have gift cards available.
Oh, yeah, we're doing a gift card promotion that for every $25 gift card you purchase, you get a free appetizer card for you.
Come on.
So
Oh,
if you
yeah,
buy,
we like that.
Come
if you
on.
get 50,
Let's go.
if
How
you
many
get,
appetizers do I want today?
yeah, if you buy a $50 gift card, you get 2 app cards. I mean, we're going to give away an app card for every $25 we sell. And again, that's just a thank you to the people, because when people are buying gift cards, they're giving them away.
Right.
Which it's amazing the amount of volume we do on our online sales. We probably do $2,000 to $3,000 a week in gift card sales online, which that's a lot.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
No,
that's
that
a
is
lot.
yes.
And
Now, do you have to
it's-
mail the gift card out, or can they print it from their computer?
No, we mail them out.
Okay.
We mail them out. They put in the order, they pay for it, then we process it and we send it out
Okay.
with their app card.
Sure.
But yeah, it's amazing. But every time it's for somebody else. Someone's buying a gift card for
Well,
somebody
see,
else.
I guess I'm the bad one because I was thinking I could just buy myself a gift card.
You
Okay,
could.
whoa. Here we go.
Settle down.
When you buy
Settle
yourself a
down.
gift card, you have to come back to use the app card. You can't use the app
Can't
card
use
the same
trip.
day.
All right.
With the thing.
There's always one in the group. There's always
There's
one.
always someone thinking that way.
And it's always John.
It's always John.
Always
Always.
John.
Well, I can't have two of the most popular guys here in the area and have them here talking about Fishlips, because you also are owners of separate businesses, and I would love to give you the chance to each, plug your separate restaurant. So Rich also owns Rising Tide, which is an amazing bar restaurant with amazing food. Mike owns the 4th Street filling station right down in Cocoa Beach. So let's give you a minute or whatever. to
Well,
talk
you know
about
what?
that.
We are successful in our own way. We did diversify into different areas. So me and Mike, we wish each other best. We work together on everything. So I have another restaurant on the port called Rising Tide Tap and Table. It's 60 beers, craft cocktails, all chef driven. And we are a scratch kitchen, so we make everything fresh. Very excited. It's right off the Exploration Tower on the water. It's a beautiful, eclectic building. We're doing everything right with CDC guidelines, just like they do at 4th Street. And if you get a chance, come out to Fishlips. If you're at Fishlips 3-4 days a week, that's fine. You can spend one more day and go
You're
across
here
the
7
street.
days. We're just giving you 2 more options.
Yeah, we're just giving you 2
Yeah,
more options.
exactly.
You're here for a week, so please check us out if you haven't already
love
done
it.
so.
Your salad's off the chain. I always come for that.
That's
the grilled,
awesome.
It's on the grill. That salad's on the grill, and the Caesar salad. I don't know, something about it. That's just, I'll come running from Georgia for that thing. It's awesome.
Yeah, if you want to see some beautiful dishing, we're chef driven. My executive chef Jeff Kynes, just amazing. What he does, it's very, if you haven't come out and see us. And the cocktails are amazing.
Good.
And when you talk about Rising Tide, it is unique and different. When you come to the port, if you go to Grills, Rusty's, Fishlips, even Gators down there, it's seafood, burgers, and steaks. I mean, we're all doing almost the exact same thing. We just all do it differently. And at the end of the day, when Rising Tide opened up, they brought a whole new flavor and feel to the port. And that's what's made them successful. And when people go, why would you open a restaurant right next door? Because if we didn't, someone else would.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
That perfect location.
So let's do it.
Plus, if you want to see some good entertainment in the afternoon, just sit in the middle of the cove and watch Rich run all over the place.
Thanks.
Right.
Because literally, that's
Hey,
what he
but,
does.
That's
but
right.
business breeds business,
That's it.
and it's all good.
No,
It's good for the
absolutely.
whole
Yeah, and
area.
Mike made a good point before he talks about 4th Street. Once again, we're able to help out our employees. So we were able to, utilize some of our employees to help us,
Great.
if there's some issues. And, once again, it's just you're building your brand, and that's what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a different restaurant or not. It's still a family. It's family owned, and we thrive on each other to make sure we're all successful.
And we share employees, and it provides, a lot of our employees work 2 jobs. And if they can go work for me across the street at the same time, then
great
why
is
not?
that?
Well,
It's a
obviously,
lot
they
easier.
already love you guys.
No,
They're
exactly.
fans
So,
as well.
let's hear about 4th Street
I know,
because
4th Street is
Cocoa Beach 4th
amazing.
Street is just
Yeah.
amazing. It's on the map down there, and it's
Yeah,
a game
it is.
changer to the Cocoa Beach area.
Well, at the end of the day, a marketing guy, a restaurant guy, and a beer guy got together, and that's where 4th Street came from. And it's basically a mobile gas station that was an eyesore in Cocoa Beach. So the minute we went in with the city of Cocoa Beach, which everybody says is a tough unit to work with, which is good. You got to have standards, got to have high. You got to make sure everybody does everything right. They were like, please, thank you. And simply said, we converted and we were working gas station for the first year we were open. We were still selling gas. And basically it's a craft beer bar. We got 26 taps that are all crafts. There's not one domestic draft.
Awesome.
We went, friendly with the economy. I want to say economy with the
Ecosystem.
We did all canned,
You
all
redesigned?
aluminum cans, no bottles on the beers. And then our food menus are small, crafty, burgers and tacos. It's a bistro, it's a
Pub.
gastro style
Yeah,
pub
man.
menu, and it's just eclectic. It's got 2 different types of venues. You walk into the main, the center where the garage used to be, and it's looks like a garage with a bar in it.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
cool.
I love
But then
that.
you go outside in the backyard, you almost feel like you're in your backyard. We got a waterfall, we got an oak tree
Trees.
with
Oh,
lights
and
on
yes.
it.
Your desserts are
AstroTurf.
just ridiculous. The
Well,
desserts-
when we purchased the building, we had to get rid of the gas. Well, we wanted to get rid of the gas, so we purchased the building, however way you want to look at it. So once we purchased the building, we used to have a little C-store up there that we used to do, pastries and bubble gum and all the stuff for the people buying gas. And then we converted it into an ice cream parlor. And the stuff coming out of there, most of it's vegan. We do a lot of vegan items there, a lot of vegan desserts and entrees.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Huh?
Vegan ice cream. I didn't know that was a thing.
It is now.
Wow. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm a chicken
All
wing
this
and-
is, it's all this, instead of using milk, you use coconut milk. I mean,
Wow.
and you can't tell that it's, you just think it's ice cream.
Wow,
It's awesome.
that's incredible.
And again, because of the success we've had here, the way we've done business here, Rich has taken some of that technique and theories over to Rising Tide. I've taken them down to 4th Street, and they're both tremendously successful.
Wow.
And-
So, you know what? One point on that is, you're using the garage doors just like we did at Rise and Tide. We're opening air. So someone that wants to come in and get that fresh air look and that sea breeze, that's the place to go. They have got plenty of parking out there and across the street, but when those garage doors are open and that breeze goes through there, it's just it's the element, just like at Fishlips, with our open air and our top deck right here. And that was one of the concerns. Oh, it's going to be hot. There's no AC. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's
we
the
have
most
no
comfortable
AC over there.
Yeah, it's the most comfortable area, and it's such an eclectic looking bar. And we had some artists that went in there and did all the work in there. It's a beautiful place. So please check it out. And you got to look at that big tree in the back, because when it's lit up, it's amazing.
I love that big tree.
I love the fact that up here at Fishlips too, that you do have it wide open the way that you do.
Yeah,
That
this is great.
creates again the atmosphere. Seriously, like I don't want to leave.
I don't want this show to end.
I know.
Well, in May,
More
when-
food keeps showing up too.
I know.
in May when we got the flag to reopen, and of course everybody did. One thing that helped us, 4th Street and Rising Tide, was our outdoor dining.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Having those garage doors open, even though it's an AC building inside, at Rising Tide, it's open air, and that helped us more so than some of these guys who don't have a patio.
Yep.
And down at Cocoa Beach, we were the only ones. We're all open air. There's, like I said, there's no ACs, so right away we were full again.
That's great.
And right here we're not doing what we did by no means. I'm not, we're not getting rich, but we're able to sustain our employees. We're able to sustain our rent. And we're able to be here. That's kind of like the new norm. Hey, if you can pay your
Right.
bills, you're doing good.
You got to figure out how to survive.
Yeah.
And that's it. And we have.
That way, when things come back to normal and stronger than ever, you guys are going to be here. You're gonna appreciate that much more. I think we all do. We appreciate that much more once we make it through this of what the journey and how beautiful it is here in the Space Coast. We're lucky to be here. Couldn't be another spot.
Throughout all of this, all of us, we've all learned something new.
Yep.
And that'll enable us to really run our businesses even better. They say that, without struggle, there's no progress.
Yep.
And we've gone through this struggle with this COVID, and we've learned. We've all learned.
We're here with you folks right now. You guys have your businesses, and you guys have found a different way to adapt and bring in another element to the Fun Guide and 3-2-1 liftoff. There's so much opportunity out there. You just have to diversify it and find it.
With chaos comes opportunity.
Yeah,
Yes,
it does.
Absolutely.
And you
got to
have the drive. You have to have the drive.
What's next?
Yeah.
What's next? Anything else on the drawing board? Any new?
For Fishlips?
Something we don't know about?
No, we're just.
They're not going to tell us right
It's
now.
been, with the trying year, with the
Yeah,
trying
it's tough.
election, with, the changes coming up, going on, and just, and I can think everybody's got the same mindset. Pretty much a lot of news sitting on the back burner.
Yeah, everyone's waiting to see what's going to happen.
It's about survival right now. And I think as long as you just focus, and what's new is to walk in here and look at this building every day and find a way to make it better. Yep. Because there's plenty of opportunity. I mean, if I could tell you, if I told you the amount of money I'm spending on gloves, sanitizer, and wipes, that's, I need to sell 20 more steak dinners a day.
Wow.
Just to pay for that.
We need to find reusable ones.
No, but you know what? Thank God we all live in Florida here. And we're able to be open, and we're able to.
Absolutely.
And I can't stress that enough. And I hope your viewers come out and see us, and they realize too, because it could be a lot worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely, guys. If you are listening, if you've never been to Fishlips, get here. Look at the view that we have right now. You need to come and see this. And if you have been here, come back.
Oh, yeah. you should see my.
This food.
If they've been here, you don't have to tell them to come back.
So I got this on one of my TVs in the bar, and I think when I called out the server for getting the wrong wings, he went and got the hog wings.
Oh my God! You got great employees. I was gonna say my view here is probably the best with the nachos. You got chicken wings now. Oh my gosh, the hog wings.
So we're going to end the conversation. We're going to be eating very well, but we got to thank you both for taking the time to come and talk to us and introduce our listeners, so that when they come down here, they might want to say, "Hey, I want to meet these guys." And you should want to meet them.
Yeah, absolutely. We're here.
They're pretty darn nice, I got to tell you.
Well, I'm sure on behalf of all of us, thank you both for everything that you guys do for our community and for providing this amazing food here all the time.
Food, yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, working with locals, you guys are local.
Yeah.
It's not like you're NBC News New York sitting here trying to talk to us about this. You're right here. You're right now. You're living it and loving it just like we are. And we appreciate you thinking of us.
Absolutely.
Wayne, what are you doing this weekend? We're here. We're here. We're having fun now. But what do you got?
I'm thinking very seriously about bringing my wife down here and enjoying this, because I know she's listening to this right now.
Oh, okay.
And she's savoring it.
Yes,
now you have to come.
John said buy a gift card, give him the app card.
There you go.
That's smart mathematics, the way where I come from.
How about you, John? What do you got going on?
Well, so last week I was talking about I was going to put up Christmas lights, and because my neighbor next door there's a competition in my neighborhood. There's a trophy. And Mike and you guys, Rich, you guys know all about that. You guys are all out. So I got the lights out. I got started. Then my neighbor cleaned out his storage unit. So I said, I'm in trouble. So this weekend I'm adding more to it. I'm going to continue to this with the kids and the family. And
I did see your thing on Facebook asking people, do you have anything I can borrow?
Like this guy, I called him out when I first moved there. I said, I'm coming for you. I figured I had a lot of stuff, but this guy had a storage unit dedicated to Christmas.
There was a movie based on that.
There was. And my wife said, oh my gosh, this is it. It's real life.
There's the TV commercial. The one guy, they're on ladders on opposite sides, and every time you look at the other guy, the house is getting bigger and bigger.
It is, and every day we're adding to it, and it's fun though. The kids love it, so that's
going to be good.
How about you, Bonnie? What do you got going on?
I am going to Gainesville for family Christmas. We have it early so that we can get with all the nieces and nephews. Okay. When I say all, I mean we are limited to family. That's why we had to slow down this year. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing, so it'll be fun. How about you?
All right. Well, this weekend our friends over at Cocoa Village are having a big art and craft festival and everything like that. So I promised the wife that I would take her and walk her over there and see what happens. But
doesn't she make jewelry? Is she in it?
Yeah,
is she in it?
She makes jewelry. I think she's having.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't keep up all the way, but I love you, babe. But yes, definitely go to Cocoa Village. Check that out this weekend. Come over here to Fishlips, grab some food. If you need a hotel room because you came in and had one of these amazing drinks right here, stop down at the Beachside Hotel and Suites. That's really great, too.
Absolutely.
And Bonnie, who do we got up next week?
Well, and next week we will be again at the Beachside Hotel and Suites.
Okay.
We're gonna broadcast there. Yeah, you will be, yes. And we're going to have Rob Varley visit with us. And Rob used to be the executive director at the Space Coast Office of Tourism. And he is a very funny guy, and he is now a nature photographer, has fabulous photography. So he's going to talk about what he's doing, but he's a great guy to talk about tourism
he's fantastic.
As well. And so I think we're really, really going to enjoy that. So we're looking forward to that.
Awesome. And thank you, as always, to the podcast doctor, Mr. Phil over here for running the show.
There you go.
Absolutely. And we will see you all next week.
All right, everybody, thank you for listening to the 321 Liftoff podcast. I'm Promo Pete, and thank you again, Bonnie King. We had a great episode. Be sure to check us out every week And if you want more information, visit spacecoastfunguide.com or beldingcommunications.com for everything that we're doing in the area. You can also check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/spacecoastfunguide for all the entertaining things to do in our area. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, take care.